Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Respected participant friends, all my revered teacher, all the students of education as well as all categories of teachers, officers, and their participants. This one is the fifth class on the concept of pedagogy, and the subtitle of the lesson is Teaching Learning Process and Pedagogy. Particularly, yesterday I discussed about the principles and maxims of teaching. Especially the first part was started for discussion, and today we are to continue the discussion so that you can get the chance to make your ideas very much clear. Usually what I do today too, the same thing is to be done. I express my sense of gratitude to all respected teacher friends, educational officers, well-wishers who are standing behind me, participant friends who are encouraging me, technical support hands who are always with me, and all those participant friends who are giving feedback for the continuation of the classes. And my special thanks to Google Authority, because for all the diagrams and photographs, I am taking the help of Google, means searching Google. Friends, let us go back to the next slide. This is information. If you have anything, please write to my mail ID, or please let me know with the help of my WhatsApp number. Furthermore, you are requested or advised to see the college website www.bfcollege.ac.in, and there is an e-learning portal where you can see all the classes. Let us start. Yesterday I left here, means I started to discuss the first principle, that is analysis to synthesis, and most of the parts of this principle was discussed, and you see these are the special steps about which I mentioned yesterday, but today also I have shown you so that you can keep contact or you can keep link with the earlier class. Let us start the second part, means today's part. Let us go back to the next slide. So friends, this is the last part of the first principle, that is analysis to synthesis. In higher level of teaching, this principle helps the teacher to make teaching very systematic, logical, scientific, and research-oriented. Formation of ideas of teaching contents of any subject is practically possible with the help of the principle of analysis to synthesis. Analysis demands interpretation, and interpretation is a very systematic process which helps to summarize ideas and concepts. Friends, let us go back to the diagram. Here I mentioned so many things, you see, about descriptive analysis. Predictive analysis has special importance in the field of science, because in scientific research too, you see, prediction has special importance, and prediction, with the help of prediction, we try to help to the learners who are coming to our society. And descriptive analysis has special importance once we take the help of descriptive methodology of research for the analysis of data. And in descriptive research, means in social sciences, we do not have any concern with the process of making prediction. We see the data as it is, and we see the present status and say about the present status. And prescriptive analysis has special importance because with prediction or the process of prediction, prescriptive analysis has close linkage. Let us go back again to the next slide. I have discussed this one. Let us go back to the next one. This principle basically favors Gestalt learning. I discussed about Gestalt learning yesterday, and in my psychology class I will discuss it in details. It emphasizes on systematic understanding of various parts of a problem, of an idea, or a concept, or information, or a learning situation. This principle helps to save time in learning, and with the help of this principle, in less time, more learning is possible. This principle makes learning a well-organized process. Hence, it encourages systematic learning outcome. The principle of analysis helps to develop idea or concept in a very orderly and concrete manner. So, this principle has special significance in the field of art. There is the high possibility of high application of this principle in the field of science. Let us go back to the next slide. Though the principle of analysis to synthesis helps learning to take place in an orderly way, it is not free from drawbacks. There are some defects are there, drawbacks are there. This principle is applicable in teaching of some specific subjects, not in all subjects, or to teach the contents of all subjects, we never can apply this principle. Science subjects and subjects of practical utility can be well taught with the help of the principle of analysis to synthesis. Even in teaching grammar of different languages, the principle of analysis is applicable. Let us go back to the next slide. But in literature and social sciences, this principle is very difficult to apply. We never can apply in the field of literature as well as in the field of teaching different subjects of social sciences. All subjects never can be systematically taught with the help of the principle of analysis to synthesis. Hence, the scope of applicability of this principle is, in a sense, limited. In all levels and teaching learning situations, expected results can't be found with the help of the application of these principles. Let us go back to the next slide. You will see this. Concrete and abstract. Now let us come back to today's discussion. So you see the left part of first principle has been completed, and today we are to discuss the second principle, because we have said or we have discussed that the principle of analysis to synthesis can be applied in all fields. Means particularly in the field of science, this principle has high applicability, but in the field of literature as well as social sciences, we never can apply the principle of analysis to synthesis. And that's why we have to apply other principles which are available in the field of teaching methodology, in the field of pedagogy, that is the science of teaching. Friends, this is the second principle which we are to discuss today in brief. Means the whole contents or the concept of concrete to abstract is to be made clear today in our discussion. Concrete to abstract is one of the most important principles of teaching. The term concrete is originated from the Latin term concretus, which means grown together. Concrete very simply means existing in a physical form. In other sense, it means definite. On the other hand, the term abstract is also originated from the Latin term abstracere, which means draw away. So abstract very simply means having to do with ideas or qualities rather than physical things. If I say concrete, this is the pen which is in my hand. It's a concrete thing, but there is morality with me. It is abstract. I can say or I cannot show you. There is love with me. There is sympathy with me. There is feeling with me which cannot be shown to you. But this is the shirt which I am taking, which I am wearing. This is the spectacle or glass which I am wearing. These are the concrete. This is the board with the help of which you see the reflection of the projector's contents has been done. So this is concrete, it's absolutely concrete, but this is abstract: morality, sympathy, humanity, love, sensitivity, etc., etc. Let us go back to the next one. During the first phase of life after birth of a child, the psychophysical development remains in the weakest level. Therefore, they cannot learn anything abstract very easily. You see, during infancy or childhood, children never can learn the abstract concept or ideas, and that's why in lower classes we never can apply this principle. Therefore, they can learn anything abstract very easily. They can learn the abstract very easily. Therefore, they cannot learn anything abstract very easily. In the primary level of our education, children remain in the stage of infancy. During infancy, the level of intellectual maturity is very poor. We know it so much well. Their mental development begins with the experiences of concrete things or objects or ideas and experiences. Means when the process of growth and development proceeds automatically, the development, the intellectual capability of the children, you see, begins to develop, and with the help of the development of the psychic potentialities or intellectual capabilities, children acquires the capability of having the idea of abstract things and abstract beings, or you see abstract materials or ideas. Let us go back to the next slide. The knowing processes or the cognitive process of the children depend on the sense experiences. We have the five senses: the nose, the eyes, the tongue, the skin, and the ears. These are the five sense organs of the human body. And it is said that senses are the gateways of learning. These are the doors of human mind and windows of human soul. So friends, we see the world, we listen to, we hear, we get touch, we get taste, etc., with the help of the senses. And these are the doors of our mind and windows of our soul. So friends, the development of all the mental potentialities and capabilities are possible only with the help of the development of the capabilities of the sense organs of the children. And you see, they learn about things, events, objects, ideas, etc. with the help of direct contact with their sense organs. Once they see, they get the idea. Once they touch, they get the idea. Once they smell, they get the idea. Once they taste, they get the idea. So that way, with direct contact, they get the information, and concepts are developed in the brain of the child. With the help of experiences of the senses, they try to form concepts of various things, beings, objects, ideas, etc. During the early periods of life, education of the child should be started with the help of concrete objects or things or facts. So friends, for the teachers of primary level, means that those teachers who are, you see, who are undergoing different training, they are to be well concerned with this principle of teaching, because in lower class or in lower level of teaching, this principle has special applicability, because with the help of this principle, we can help our students develop different concepts, at the same time help to develop their intellectual capabilities. Let us go back to the next slide. In lower classes, to impart the knowledge of a particular thing, object, event, fact, idea, etc., the thing and object should be shown, or in model or picture or design should be shown to provide a definite shape to people's ideas. So friends, and that's why things are there, pictorial books are there, pictures are there, designs are there in the books of the child. Why? So that they can have the idea, you see, by observing the design models and you see different types of photographs at the same time, they can have the idea of the terminologies which do have concern with the photographs, designs and pictures. Students may be given chance to face or experience event, fact, idea, etc. so as to help them acquire first-hand experience. So direct contact should be there. With the help of the contact of the sense organs, means the senses, the children can have the idea and they can get the chance to store in their brain. So in the lower class, this contact to abstract this principle has special importance, and we have to apply this principle. Let us go back to the next. After mental development, means when the child grows up, that is, when the children reach the stage of later childhood, they may be helped to learn abstract ideas with the help of early childhood experiences and training. And that's why it is said, once we are to discuss about learning, then we are to say that learning is the modification of behavior with the help of experiences and training. So friends, for learning, we need experiences. For learning, we need training. More experiences and more training help us to learn properly, concretely, absolutely, or in correct form. As learning depends on experiences and training, the experiences and training which children acquire with the help of direct contact help to acquire abstract idea or ideas. So friends, this is the process. The process of learning is very much systematic. It is very much systematic, and that's why it's a science, and the process of teaching is a science, and it demands the application of procedures. It demands the application of procedures, and it demands the application of different systems. It demands the teacher to follow different teaching principles, and for doing so, teachers are to be well concerned with the process of process of pedagogy. That is, they are to be concerned with the concept of pedagogy, means they are to know in detailed manner about the science of teaching. Let us go back to the next one. Friends, concrete to abstract, for knowing this, we must have to go back to Herbert Spencer. You will get to the next slide. I will help you to see who is Herbert Spencer. Let us first see what Herbert Spencer did. Let us go back first. You see, it was Herbert Spencer, the precursor of the scientific movement. The precursor of the scientific movement in education favored this principle of teaching and learning. So Herbert Spencer specially favored this principle long back. For Spencer, we should start from the concrete things and go on to the abstract ideas. Education for Herbert is an individual process. So friends, individual capabilities or intellectual capabilities of every individual do have special importance in the process of learning, and Spencer specially put importance on this principle, and he actually tried to apply this principle following the scientific parameters of teaching as well as learning. Who was Herbert Spencer? Let us know. Herbert Spencer, he was born on April 27, 1822, Derby. You see, means he was born in England, and then when he died on, you see, December 8, that is 1903. English sociologist. He was an English sociologist and a philosopher, an early advocate of the theory of evolution. So friends, once we study the theory of evolution, then the name of Herbert Spencer will automatically come, who achieved an influential synthesis of knowledge, advocating the preeminence of the individual over society, of science over religion. So Herbert Spencer specially put importance during the time long back, you see, on this principle of teaching, means, you see, concrete to abstract. Let us go back to the next slide. This is Herbert Spencer, the portrait or photograph you see, please. He long back, you see, put importance on the use or on the following by the teachers in the process of teaching this principle of concrete to abstract. Let us go back to the next slide. Education begins with the concrete experiences, means as per this principle, that are gathered from the practical life situations, help to, you see, acquire abstract ideas of things and beings. The process of cognitive development is a very systematic process which follows definite order. For the development of abstract ideas or concepts, learners are to achieve certain point of intellectual maturity. So friends, without intellectual maturity, the abstract concept can be developed. So for developing abstract concept, there is the need of intellectual maturity, and that's why during infancy, children should be taught with the help of the concrete idea or concrete concept by showing them diagrams, concept, using photographs, etc. Let us go back to the next. Concrete in lower class, this can be done. You see, what model can be followed? See, this is one of the diagram which can be followed in lower class situation. Concrete, that is pictorial, means half. Abstract idea, this is half. Half means we never can show it. Half means it is cut down there. And what does half mean? What does half mean? If we are to help our children understand, then we can take the help of such kind of diagrams and if we help our students learn their different concepts, different abstract ideas, then we can take start there in the concrete form. Then after we can show, you see, the pictorial presentation, cut it it means half of the total. Then what does half mean? Children will very much easily understand. Let us go back. In higher class situation, this diagram can be applied. Concrete experience, that is feeling, means if you are to teach poetry, means that capacity has special importance. You see, then diverging, feel and watch, that has importance. Then reflective observation, then assimilating, then continuum, then perception, then continuum, then accommodating, feel and do, then active experimentation, doing, processing, converging again, think and do, abstract conceptualization, that is thinking. Poetry, if we say that it is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling. So if I try, or if as a teacher in front of the students to define poetry, if you say poetry means, dear students, is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feeling, then students will not understand it so much easily. But with the help of, you see, presentation of diagram, or with the help of presentation of different, you see, different design, then the idea of the students will be so much clear, and we can take the help of such type of or such kind of diagram for helping students to develop abstract idea in the field of higher class. And the former uses, the slide which I help you to see, that can be applied in case of this can be applied in case of lower class situation, and this can be applied in higher class situation, so that, or at the time of following concrete to abstract principle of teaching. Let us go back. Then the foundation of intellectual level is built with the help of the concrete ideas or concepts. For abstract ideas or concept, there is the need of application of creative capability. Creativity is the result of concrete ideas that are formed with the help of first-hand information. So friends, creativity, it's not so much easy to discuss here. For research, there is the high demand of creativity or creative power, and to become a successful writer, or for becoming a successful writer, this creativity has special importance. And creativity, how it is developed? It is developed with the help of first-hand information, means more information, means more creative power, means more experiences and training, means more learning, and more learning would basically help us to become so much creative, and we can contribute much more, so that we can help to expand the paradigm of knowledge in society. So friends, this much for today, because concrete to abstract, this principle has been explained here. The other part means the drawbacks, the usage spatial applicability of this principle, I will discuss in the next class. Thank you so much.